Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Car Question. I'm Matt with James, and this week we are driving
a car you were eager to try, the Toyota Tundra TRD PRO Hybrid Max, a long name.
This is the third generation of the Tundra, but before you watch this video, let's go back in time and look at what we did with the other generation. First of all, we tested that blue Tundra, which is really the whole school of reliability. So is this one's going to be as reliable as the precedent version? Not sure with the gremlins that we have right now. And also when we tested for the first time the Tundra, Toyota told us that it's a 25% improvement of fuel efficiency over the older V8. Do you believe that?
No, absolutely not.
And there was those kind of little gremlins of reliability and even some recall.
Yes, we talk about seat parts that are failing, wastegate on the turbo, short block replacement, and Toyota was quick to respond, but usually we're used to have a bulletproof reliability, and this one, that's not the case.
And the recall?
The recall, suspension, display of the multimedia system, and electronic brake.
Whoa, okay, that's a lot of things. Remember back in the old days, you would buy a Toyota and you would go worry-free for like 15 years. Just the one I own. And now we're not used to that. So is it going to kind of tell the buyers or the hardcore fans of Toyota, that something's going on?
It's a kind of deception because the look is so great.
Yeah.
Is the reliability now a concern? Let's see.
Okay, let's talk about the model that we have right now. It's a TRD Pro. Those are meant for off-road capability, but mixed with a Tundra that's this size. Wow, it's huge. I really love the design of the front grille with the old school Toyota logo, those light markers, the addition that you see right there on the top of the hood. This thing looks like a beast with some aggressive tires and those rug guard. How about in the rear too with those little LED? I kind of like that. I love how aggressive now the Tundra is looking.
And that's not all. 583 pound-feet of torque. You can tow between 10,340 pounds and 11,171 pounds. It's a weight of over 6,000 pounds. Wow. That's amazing. And it's a huge fuel tank. For a regular non-hybrid Tundra, the fuel consumption is 13.5 in city, 10.6 on the highway. This one, it's announced 12.7 in city, 10.5 on the highway. The difference is not that notable, but still, it's there. But Matt, let's get real. We didn't make those numbers.
In reality, yeah, the fuel consumption is not that really impressive, even if you choose a hybrid. So it's not meant for fuel efficiency. It's much more for power. So let's be truthful. 17.2 with a mixed combo of towing a little bit and a lot of highway driving and city driving. But hey, when I look at this display over here, we're getting to 19, but we did some off-road, we did some towing, but hey, it's regular life. So even with an hybrid version, you're going to see that the fuel consumption is a little bit higher. We towed a 3,700 pound trailer, well, a little bit less than that, but let's round the numbers. And it's an amazing road behavior that you're going to find. I kind of dislike the suspension of the base model. As you have seen, James, the video that we did, you could see the suspension and the rear wheel simply not touching the ground. And this wasn't acceptable for those kind of road that we have here in Quebec.
I agree with you, but fortunately, this TRD Pro is not the same suspension, and it is way smoother.
Yeah, way smoother thanks to that Fox shock configuration. You're going to be rolling on the cloud even when you're going to be towing. You don't feel that rebound. The truck will stay straight. And I really dig also the road behavior that you're going to have in everyday use. But let's be truthful, the suspension under hard braking, cornering, those tires, by the way, they are melting really fast. I don't know what happened. The other journalists probably tried to kill them, but let's be serious, those tires won't last really long. So you might want to do another choice really quickly. But otherwise than that, the Tundra means comfort, means really rolling on the cloud with that suspension, but I won't go back to that base suspension after I've tried this one. But hey, off-road, amazing beast. This truck is so capable. Once you're gonna push on that locker, once you're gonna select also the crawl mode, even if you're gonna face some, let's say, climbing, a lot of ditch where you will make that suspension work with some kind of diagonal testing if you want, but also that sand dune, just floor it, just send it, and that has a lot of power, and whatever speed that you're going to be rolling, it's on the cloud. It's just like on the carpet of Aladdin. I dig that suspension of the TRD Pro. That they did a great job on that. But hey, James, we did get a lot of questions for that truck. Let's go fast.
Does it tow as well as the V8?
Well, it's still a big difference because V8, you've got that huge size, the 5.7 liter. As soon as you press on it, you've got the ground power and you're gone. With a hybrid, you've got some kind of delay with that help from the max system, which is kind of reactive, but it needs time to get the power. Same thing for the boost also, which need times to get the power. So once you're gonna pass, I'm not sold to that system right now. So yeah.
Is it as solid as the old one?
Oh, the old one was bulletproof. You know, you would go with that truck for 15 years, just oil, just brakes, and that's it. A lot of people did some really high mileage. Right now, let's wait, let's say 10 years before we answer to that, but it's going to be a big challenge.
Does it compare to an American truck?
No, it doesn't. Why? Because Toyota didn't want to attack the big three right now. Sales are just way bigger than Toyota can do right now. So if they wanted to attack Ford, that would take an amazing army, and you don't have all the customization possible, all the goodies, all the different bed size, cab, whatever version you want. So if you want to attack Ford, I think Chevrolet and GM is in a better position right now. But Toyota wanted to remain loyal to its usual buyers, though.
If I want the 6 feet bed, can I have it on the TRD?
The answer is no. Not in the TRD Pro, not in the Capstone, not in the Platinum, not in the 1794 edition. So what's happening? Remember that if you want to fight the Americans, you need to offer some configuration. Toyota does not. So we're stick with the small box, even if we've got the most amazing off-road machine for the Tundra right now. I would have hoped to put my ATV and whatever in the big cargo box in the rear.
Will we see a cable gate-like situation with that TRD?
The answer is no. Let's go see under the RAV4. You're going to see that big cable, which is worth a lot of money because there's an electric engine at the rear wheels. Toyota has chosen for the Tundra to just place an electric motor between the transmission and the engine for assistance. So it's not the usual synergy drive hybrid system that you're going to find in a lot of cars. Remember the Corolla? I could see that cable and I was like, no, cable gate. But no, you're not going to have that under this truck, and you won't have to worry also to simply hit something, let a rock with that cable.
That one is kind of funny. If you jump on the trailer hitch, does it flex between the cab and the bed?
Okay, well, let's do it, James.
Plus!
There you go. Was it fun?
Ah, kind of.
There you go. You got the result. I don't know, some kind of structural test, but that belly, you know, he's heavy.
So hope you're happy.
Okay.
How does it handle on gravel roads, let's say at 100 kilometers?
I wouldn't roll 100 kilometers on gravel roads with a lot of potholes, because this was what the question was about. Remember, when you're going north so far and no service station, you already gone through your spare tire, you can see how those tires are going. I would probably slow down even more, because usually I'm towing with the trailer and I don't want rocks anywhere on the trailer or even on somebody else. But I've rode through some really nasty roads. The roads of Quebec are the worst in the world, and this truck is just handling it perfectly, but with the TRD Pro suspension.
Is the red ring indicating the center of the steering wheel centered?
That's kind of gizmo. I don't go for that. You know, who goes for that? But it's not really straight. I don't know. I'm not sure they got a great result with that. You tell me, internet.
How fast is it on the quarter mile?
14.7, Car and Driver did that. And remember that you're going to see acceleration tests on our YouTube channel.
And why brown, that Terra Color?
Well, that Terra Color means I come back to the past. Remember those good old Land Cruiser and those good old brown Toyota truck? I think it's just a wink to that.
Which dealer is equipped to handle the hybrid mechanics of this vehicle? and electric, and etc.
It's the dealer. Nowadays, I don't think a lot of small garage wants to get into those hybrid fix, and they're complicated. They're usually much more easier to maintain at the dealer, but it's going to cost you more money. And how about the price of that truck? A regular gas version versus an hybrid, is it worth it? Is this system going to hold on over time and be more reliable? That's a lot of money for not a lot of fuel efficiency.
You have to take into account also the additional insurance cost for an hybrid.
Yes, and that's getting a real pain. Payment price, insurance price, maintenance price, tire price, fuel price. Add that, you got to be rich to have one of those trucks.
Final question, 5.7 V8 or V6 twin turbo?
Oh, show me the proof, Toyota. Show me the proof that this truck can get to a really high mileage and also without any problem. We're going to wait 10 years. So let's add to your calendar right now. Okay, there we go, plus 10 years, and we'll talk about that later. But hey, let's be truthful. I'll stick with the V8. And it's kind of sad that the industry is moving away from the V8 more and more. Even Ram did it.
That's sad.
Amy sad.
High and lows now. Let's talk about the lows. There's a lack of options compared to the rival. The grille is really soft up front. I don't understand why. There's a bouncy suspension in the base trim, but the TRD is smooth. Unknown reliability with all those recalls and little problems over time, and it's a brand new gen, so I'm not sure about that. It's not more fuel efficient with that TRD Hybrid Max, and I'm kind of sad about it. The rear locker only engages in too low. The LED bar up front is more about width than depth. No space under the rear seat and average materials inside. On the Pro side though, the high 10-speed transmission is very smooth. You don't even feel it. Love also the engagement of that different system. Really smooth, no clunking noise. V6 is powerful enough, but it doesn't feel significantly different. Got that little touch of oomph, but if you're loaded and want to pass a car on the highway, well, doesn't feel a bit different though. Safety feature, there's a lot of them. Easy to navigate screen. TRD Pro suspension, that's my favorite one so far. The smoothness overall, the comfort overall. Very capable off-road. Standard composite bed limits also dents and scratches. The interior with the Toyota logo reminds me of the past. And I'm a guy that likes nostalgia. But now, it's incredibly expensive, even more with financing option for that truck. Do you have the money to go for that? Or would you spend the money knowing what we've shown you today? I don't know, but I'm kind of happy you talked about that, because I remember when we tried the Chevrolet Technologies back 2 weeks ago, and under 20K, that's a Silverado High Country with a ton of equipment for the trailering and etc. And the Super Cruise, that's hard to say no to that.
Well, guess what? Welcome to Truck Wars. What's your favorite truck? Feel free to comment in the comment section down there below. Don't forget that right here between us, YouTube thinks that you would like to see those videos. Don't forget to subscribe also to the channel. I'll see you another time on another video of Car Question. Bye-bye.